So I had a little technical difficulties with my Pages story and going live and keeping it live. So I posted on I went live on my profile, and then I'm going to go live on here. This is just going to be like a morning chat. See what everything's doing. It was suggested me from one of my friends on Facebook that I should do it, and I do also have news. The YouTube videos that I've been making, I think I'm gonna kind of put that project on hold. Put that on hold until the beginning of the year and start fresh. But also what I may do is every now and then I may start posting videos. I don't know, I'm exploring what I want and where I want the videos to go. And then there's, of course, you know, October's almost over, sadly, but we have November, and then Yule, almost said Christmas, Yule, and December is going to be a very hard month for me. My a very, very dear, close person to me, passed away this year, passed away this year, but his birthday is on Christmas. It's the 24th, I believe. So, like, it's going to be a very difficult, hard year for that one. I also have to do something really quick. Sorry, the random fingerness, but that's going to be a little tricky. And like I said, he passed away on the 4th of July of this year, so, like, bittersweet. But I have a few ideas of what I want to do with the YouTube videos. I was originally intending on hopefully interviewing a couple of people about paranormal experiences and then being able to post the videos this month, but due to other shit going on in my life, that hasn't really happened. I've been in this, what I'm only assuming is going to be like this, like, hermit stage, I guess. I don't really leave my house, but it's kind of refreshing. Which, you know, of course, I hopefully very soon, now that it's getting a lot colder, will be going out more of my house, out in Gainesville and shit. But, I've also realized there's less drama. But the craft room, I still have to make a video. Right now, I'll show you, like, my little workspace. And it's kind of unorganized. Because I had a couple of projects and a couple of things going on the other day. And I'm one of those people that have to do, like, 3 or 4 things at once. So, yeah. And I want it to be, it doesn't have to be perfect looking, but I want it to be more organized when I do debut what the room looks like. But I will hopefully start the morning with Facebook Lives, and hopefully I will be able to get that going and it become a thing. But I just wanted to jump on here because I'd stated in my story that I would be going live on Facebook. My hair is driving me crazy. That I would be going live on Facebook. But I'm still building up the audience on one of the page that I was going to go live on, and it's also still early in the morning. It's 9:24 my time, so it's kind of early for a lot of people. It's also Sunday. But to everyone who does see this, Monday morning, Goddess willing, universe willing, I will be going live on my Facebook page, Fire Lotus the Witch. Same as my username, just minus the dashes. On Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, then I don't know. I haven't really been going live here on my Instagram because don't really get that many views, and the people that I do talk to on here, all our timelines are different, so it's like hard to get a time to where they're not at work or doing something, and then, well, I'm nine times out of 10, I'm always free. I have absolutely nothing going on in my life at all. Like, no, nothing. But I will say I do have stuff in the works. I still have stuff that I'm making. I just haven't, until I organize some things. The online store, with going back and forth to a post office right now with everything going on in my life, is unrealistic due to where I live. The nearest post office, I want to say it's about 20 minutes away, 10 minutes, but that's by car and I don't drive, so. Some of the things that I did want to show is something that I've been working on, which are going to be, I have 2 types now. Hold on, let me take this tag out. I actually put that right there. I have 2 types that I've successfully, I believe that I've successfully mastered the recipe on. So, I would be making luck. I want to call them mojo bags, but just little luck charms. They also smell really fucking amazing. And with these, you can put them on your altar, put them in your business for prosperity, carry them in your purse, your backpack, hang them up in your car. Like, would that not look really cute? Well, like, really cute just hanging up. Yeah, that would look really cute hanging up there in your car. Now these, I used pentagram fabric. I will not always use those because I do know I have, I know people that they either don't like the pentagram or just don't like using it because there's too many associations in the South with it, or they're not comfortable with it, or they're not out of the broom closet. So I will have some that just has like normal looking fabric on it. This one, on the other hand, I have 2 of these made so far. These right here are going to be extremely, extremely powerful banishing charms. I'm still figuring out what or how I would specifically use these. It's kind of weird. I made the content in the bag and the bag itself before I realized what it was. But yes, and like I said, the luck ones, even the banishing ones, they also smell amazing. Like, but with the banishing ones, in a way, I'm going to, or you can use them like voodoo dolls in a way. Carry them with you or give them to someone if you want to banish somebody from your life. Give them as a gift. And literally as they're, you're giving them the doorway out. But those are just some things. The other things that I will be, once I get a little bit more of them made, they will be different things like this. This one right here, I'm still up for debate if I'm going to keep it or not. It is, and it is, actually, you can use the feather for, I have an incense burning right here, so there's the perfect little sagebrush, and then you also can sweep your circle with it if you wanted to. And then the crystal right there, I normally in here recently specifically been using this for energy circles and runes to trace them. And then it's also, since this right here is flat, and as you can see, there we go. See, it's slightly flat. No, that's an incense stick, but slightly flat. And with that, I've been measuring out herbs and stuff when I make my powders and incense. So yes, be definitely, and literally I have a box over Actually, yes, I will show you. I will show you some of them. So some of the things that I was working on earlier last month. Let me pick 3. Yeah, that'll work. These are still experimental. I'm still mastering them as I make them. This was the very first one that I made. This one actually. Excited. And they will be wands, shakers, you know, multi-purpose, but feathers, all the feathers, the majority of all these feathers I collected myself. There are different types. This one right here will be a wand slash sage broom or sage sweep. It has lavenderite pieces and then an old coin. This one's not finished. I will be adding more to it. Actually, I'll be adding more to all of these. And then we have something more like this. And like I said, I'm still mastering them and perfecting them, but yes. I also will be making dream bags, spell bags. And these were all harvest roots. Yes, you heard right. The majority of everything you just saw, they are either roots, sticks that I've found naturally fallen. So yeah, lots of things in the works that I'm still working on. Right now, though, I've also been taking more steps here recently to hopefully get some help with my mental health and get me better on track. I know for the people that have been following me for a while, you can obviously tell everything that happened in 2018 is kind of starting to affect me now. My ADD's been, hence the videos, my ADD's has been crazy, but things are great, things are good. Everybody has great days, everybody has bad days. You know, I'm just one of those people that can have all of that in 20 minutes. The other things that I wanted to say, especially, well, I'm on here, is something I was going to say this in a video, and I actually believe that I did state it on a video. I will be starting a new thing. For anyone who is curious in any magic or spell work, any services that I provide, candle magic, regular magic, bindings, banishes, anything like that, I'm going to be trying to start this new thing. Instead of actually taking cash or like PayPal or something, I'm going to create a list on Amazon of books that I need for the craft or tools that I need, incense, herbs, stuff like that, for just basically stuff that I can further my knowledge and research and studies in my practice and spirituality. And basically, it's the witch's payment. I've went over this before in one of my YouTube videos, and not a lot of people that I know in the witch community and just spiritual people, I mean, we have a modern word for it, which is equal pay, not equal pay, it just flew my mind. Anyways, but basically it's fair trade. That's what I was looking for. Modern day, it's called fair trade. But back then, it was known as the witch's payment. And what a witch's payment is basically, back then, you say, you know, fuck it, it's October. The Salem Witch Trials, 1692, right? Back then, there was a lot of people that didn't just have, or a lot of people who didn't just have, you know, money that they could just throw around like we do this day and age. So they would trade, you know. I can help your crops grow if you can give me, you know, if you can help feed my family during the winter. Or, I have some fresh laid eggs from the hen. You know, I can trade you this. Can you help cure my daughter's cold? Basically, it's equal value trade. Because a lot of people, and I still go like back and forth in my head with people charging it $400. Actually, the other day I stumbled across something online, and literally I wanted to message the person and be like, are you insane? Okay, so now we all know that in this day and age, people gotta make money, okay? Great. But with that, especially in the new age, or the witch community, I'm not going to name anything specific because I don't even remember the site, but there was this site that they were charging like $2,000 or up to $4,000 for sacred magical items. I'm sorry. Who in their right mind is going to pay $1,000 for a sacred, ancient, old magical ring? And the sad thing is, half the stuff on the website, it didn't really look that old at all. Like, my chalice, for example. Like, if you posted something like this, see, it should focus. If you posted something like that, you know, that's slightly passable for very old. You know, it's an antique, which is true. This is an antique. It's, I think it's silver-plated or gold silver-plated. I looked it up the other day. This is the very first chalice I ever got in the craft. I got it at a flea market. Not a flea market, thrift store. Thrift store. In Brantley, Alabama. It's my very first one. I've had it. It's one of the only things that I was able to keep from my original craft stuff. And speaking on that, and then I'm going to jump back to the witch's payment. Talk about flashback. This was one of the first magical things I've ever done. And I still have that book. But, yeah, sorry about that. Back to what we were talking about. Equal pay and the witch's payment. So, the way that I see it now, with this, if you're just one of those people who make stuff and, you know, not talking about soap, shampoo, stuff like that. I'm not talking about the body lotions, the body butters and stuff. No, not talking about crystal selling. If you specifically make your money selling spells or magical services for other people, think about this. In the witch community. Honestly, anybody could really do this. Because it's helping so many things, instead of just, you know, getting, say, $60, because it'll say $60 for a spell, right? With that $60 that you can send, I can get at least, you could get like 2 or 3 books. See what I'm saying? And to me, it makes more sense because, you know, which I understand some people, they're not going to agree with this, and that's fine. But right now, it'd be perfect, you know? Because there are some people who can't, you know, like me, for example. I do not have my license. I don't drive due to my anxiety and stuff. And I live, depending on how fast you drive, about 45 minutes from Gainesville. So, like, if I wanted to go to Books A Million or something like that, I would have to either wait for when my partner's off, or, you know, I can ride into town with him. It's difficult. But, see, and to me, I don't know, one day it just clicked in my head, and I'm like, wait, instead of charging people actual money, which, I mean, still, you're charging someone money, yes, but to me, it makes since and then it also just depends on what type of witch you are and like your ingredients and stuff like that. But just think about it. Fair trade. You know, and honestly, which true enough in today's society, in today's age, we would never be able to go to the like fair trading thing. But I love the concept of, you know, trading. And you're probably like, well, why can't you just turn around and the money that you're getting, just turn around and buy it? And it's just like, but to me, you know, that makes sense because, and it's also with the fair trade thing, depending on, and of course, you know, it depends on you and what you talk to your client, but instead of setting a price, that's what I was going at. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Instead of setting a price for your spells right off the bat, right? Show them the list and say, okay, on this list, what are things that you can get? And of course, have like the list divided to where like, say these items are under $20 or $20 under. Now, with that, you also have to take into mind how much the shipping's going to be. So literally, but, you know, 25, 35, stuff like that, and just show them and be like, okay, well, you know, the spell that you want, and I can do it for this, if you could get me, you know, these 3 things. And, yeah, that's my little thing. I did say I was going to pick a card from this Halloween Oracle deck. To everybody who has this deck, sorry, it'd be better to see the cards. To everyone who has this deck, I wanted to share something because there's not really a lot. I think Mystic Monday is one of the only ones that I'm aware of that has an app to it. I could be completely wrong, but if you go to the Play Store or the Apple Store, I believe they have it too, and you type in the Halloween Oracle by Stancy. I'm not even going to try to butcher that last name, but it is not free. I think it's like $2, $3, possibly $3. But once you buy it, it's yours, and you can have it on multiple devices. But not only can you do readings and save readings and email those readings to other people, but it has the entire deck in it. And you just click on it, and bam. That's to all the cards, the entire deck. So, with that, because, you know, there are people out there who use Oracle and Tarot, and they're not 100% there yet. I'm one of them. I connect better with an Oracle deck than I do a Tarot deck. That, and I also read them differently. But that's more of a personal thing, I guess I don't know. And I did personally want to say to everybody who has really been like following me since like day one of me starting this, and I think I've had this Instagram for 9 years. Thank you so much. Like, I know I am not your typical guy in any way, shape, or form. Not your typical witch either. I suck at spelling. I suck at math. I say shit out of order, backwards. And sometimes, honestly, you may question if I'm actually all here. And I'm not. But that's okay. Because I'm me. I'm unique. I'm special. I've been through a lot of fucking shit in my life. Not saying it's worse than anybody else's, but there's a lot of shit that a lot of people don't know I've been through. And for me not to be strung out on drugs or in prison right now with my family's track record, I'm doing really fucking good. That's really fucked up. That sounds really fucked up, but it's so true. Like, legit, my brother, he has been in jail or juvie and now in prison since the age of probably 14. And that's not saying, I'm not saying anything bad about him at all. But right now he's serving a stint in federal prison. I've only been arrested once, and that was when I was younger, and it was for weed. So yeah. But yeah. And we have a lot of drinking and addiction problems in my family, so yeah. But today's card of the day, and this is just general, like, you know, hey, if it resonates with you, or if you can take what I'm saying in this card and, you know, put it to your life, it's guidance. But without me rambling on more, today's card is, this is one of my favorite cards. It is the Skull of Flowers, and it says, creating through the ashes. This right here, I call it the Phoenix card, the Phoenix energy card. What this is basically saying is, sometimes shit hits the fan, you know. And I do believe in the past month, I've personally seen a lot of people that I know and I'm close to, they've been going through some things. This card right here, if you were asking for a sign for the universe of stuff getting better, if you were asking for affirmation, if you were asking, was that change, that new change that you had asked for, is it going to happen? Or just a confirmation. If you're watching this, or if you do get to see this, this is your confirmation from the universe. It is creating through the ashes, rising up like a phoenix, or like the wildfire poppy. It's a poppy species, or it's a poppy, a flower type of poppy that grows in California, and it literally only blossoms after a wildfire. Because it takes that certain special environment of everything that happens when a forest is burned, with the soil and the smoke and all the scientific stuff behind it. It takes that environment for the seeds to actually blossom and explode with orange life. And I believe it only lasts like 12 to 24 hours. But that's basically, this is what that's saying. It's Phoenix. It's renewing, rejoicing, you know, creating something out of nothing, basically. And yeah, it's affirmation of yes. You know, you can do it. You are rising out of the ashes as we speak. And if life has just been getting down a little bit, you know, today's going to be a good day. So, with that, I'm signing off. Peace.